Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work. You need somebody?
When I need proof, I pray that I find the truth. Feel like it's pulling my tooth, and what's done in the dark slowly letting me loose. My love right by my side, she know I ain't got no proof. Picture me, tossing in my sleep. I'm fighting demons alone, she hugging me, screaming we. Picture somebody bringing life to your life. Got the plug, told Virgil, right wife on my wife. Nigga, easy.
And we back here with my brothers. We're gonna give y'all some, not even give y'all some, because I've been saying that wrong as we stated. We're gonna give these lessons that we learned so we can show the world how we're moving through life. Listenly,
I just don't want you to say we're gonna give them some.
that's what I said. That's what I backtracked.
Yeah, I ain't like it.
I understand. I reversed it.
Thank you.
I backpedaled.
Can't get this ass.
Well, off of our two-parter last past weeks, which I thought were really good conversations, we're gonna continue this train and keep it pushing, keep it moving. But before we do that, how was everybody's week?
I'm actually fucking tired. I am, man. I'm tired as hell. Like, I really don't get sleep until Saturday. So all week I don't get no sleep, and then Saturday is when I get sleep because I ain't gotta work the next day.
Was that about design?
It's about life.
Life be life.
It's about life. If the design was life, then yeah, it'd be different. But yeah, the way life be life, and like you says. But we are finally selling the house, and we put in an offer on a new house. They on some bullshit though, but I'm gonna keep praying. Other than them two, tired, selling the house, getting the house. I gotta cut my hair, man.
Wife not. Is it not grown, or your wife not approved?
It's not grown. She don't approve, but I was gonna grow it anyway. But
You should keep the curly top. Not that my opinion matters. I think the curly top actually fits you.
my mom and all my aunts like it too. I'm gonna just go back to dark seas or deep waves. I'm just go back, but I can't. Yeah.
I think you should keep the curly top. You and Hero.
No,
you
we
and
gotta
Hero
be different, man.
curly
You
top,
got the
bro.
curly top. He got the baldy. I gotta go back to the waves.
You and Hero got match. Well, first of all, Sharka one day told him, "What in the Hero handy is going on here?" And I'm like, "Bro, I had my hair like this first. Like, how did this become his hairstyle?"
Yeah, and Hero is literally looking exactly like T.Y. when he was a baby. Like, his hair is long as hell. Like, we can actually braid it, or we're gonna lock it up. But his hair can get locked up now. But we just gonna
It's not
wait.
too soft.
His hair to
Yeah.
lock it up? No,
Yeah.
to cut it, yes, but not to lock it up.
Oh, okay.
To lock it up, it'll be.
I was only kind of like the back of my hair is soft and it wouldn't lock. That's why I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this."
Yeah, but it wouldn't. We gonna wait till it all.
Yeah, like
out.
when it, yeah.
Even out anyway. But yeah, man, I'm mad about that because I really wanted my wicks. I really did.
I'm
but
so glad that the universe did not allow you to get them.
that is hate.
That is wild.
Them joints look like.
But I'm not getting them the way everybody think they are, because everybody's accustomed to like two people who got them, and they got them Jones looking ridiculous.
I don't like
the
saying
way
it, but-
the way that I want mine. Like it's gonna be. It was gonna be dope. It was gonna be dope. But my hair keep fucking falling out, man. So
Your hair falling out?
yeah.
Oh man, you about to be bald,
That's
bro.
what I said. I'm lose like my hair be falling out.
Is it stress?
It's this house.
Man, what black person isn't stressed? Like that don't count no more.
It actually, it really does.
I mean, at this part, it's life, my nigga. Like, of course I'm stressed. Like, it is what it is. But I'm
my hair
selling
don't
my
fall
house.
out.
That takes away stress. That takes away from stress.
Not if they
Hair
playing
roll
with
is
you with the
healthy.
other
That
one.
takes away from stress. But it's still the fact that I'm black in America. That's automatic. Like, so.
Damn. Damn.
But yeah, I'm super tight about that. But Chef, how was your week, man?
I don't know. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was a week. Work is normal. Got a couple events coming up, so that's always a plus.
That boy be working.
I took a picture. I made some lamb chops yesterday. I took the picture how I usually do, like the little boomerang joint, and then I saved it to my phone, and I was going to post it later for our content, and it's gone.
What happened to it?
Have no idea. It's not in my deleted photos or nothing. Phone just said, you can't use this no more. It's not there. Damn. I'm sick because I'm drunk.
Because when I was talking to you and you said you was making them, I meant to ask you, like, yo, send the pictures.
No, so what happened was...
We started talking about something else.
Right. So then after that, when they got done, I came out. I said, these joints look good. Took the video drone. I said, all right, bet I had my song ready and everything. Like, we good to go. Last night I laid down to do that drone. Looked at I said, oh. I know I ain't deleted it, like, and I only had my other phone was in the car all weekend because it's just not business hours. So that joint is in the glove department dead. But I'm like, bro, like, what happened? So, you know, I got to figure something.
Is it on an iPad? Did you check the iPad?
You know what? Because they're actually here together, it might have synced. I could find out after. But yeah, I mean, the week was pretty good. I did finally go out and do Lyft. I did 2 rides and then went back home.
Sound like me.
I was tired, bro. I couldn't do it. Work is work. We're still navigating through these changes with, you know, different people coming and going and stuff like that. We got 2 events at work. I got 1 event coming up next week in Delaware. Actually, I got 2 events coming up. One is at Warminster, one is at Delaware. They're both the Memorial Day cookout joints.
You said Mother's Day cookout?
Memorial Day.
Oh, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Memorial Day next week.
Yeah.
Remind me to see if I can get overtime.
You said that yesterday, bro.
So remind me. Because I swear I go to work and be forgetting.
Yeah. It was a pretty good week. I'm glad we was able to have the conversation that, you know, we all had as members of the pod over the week. Poured out the Hibiki last night. Yeah. Refill my Mama Wana. It's gonna be a lit summer. It's gonna be a lit summer. Stuff, what's up?
Just work, getting ready for this trip. Like looking up, you know, paying the trip off.
Yo, I be mad when other people go on trips, and I hope that I don't be saying this when I be going on trips. Like, yo, I can't wait to go on my trip, because every time you say, I'm like, this nigga.
But I mean, you should definitely. I don't have no gripes when people say they about to go on trips, because you going to deserve some good relaxation and shit.
Everybody don't deserve trips they go on. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you know. Look. I'm not saying you one of them people. I'm just saying everybody don't deserve the trips they go on.
But no, we did some mad research on the John, and I think this is going to be one of the best trips we ever went to. The food looked good.
And it's back it's back to Jamaica, right? Because you've been there before, right? Mm-hmm. Oh no! Oh shoot!
So when I went to,
never mind. I know what happened.
Yeah, when I went on the cruise, it was San Juan, St. Thomas, and Grand Turks.
I do want to go to Grand Turks one day, bro.
Yeah.
That joint look good on TV.
But when we went, like I said, so when we was looking up everything, like the things that they offer is like mad dope. Like we was looking at like a mini bar. When somebody think of a mini ar, you think of like the small joints, right?
Not on vacation. On vacation, I just think of a small bar, like a bar that's not catered to all the fancy umbrellas and shit in your drinks.
When I think of mini bar, I think about the small bottles that's in your room.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. But when we was watching the video, they literally like it's a bar in your room, but it's the full size bottles.
Okay.
And you can get those bottles as long so like they do like a bottle for a bottle exchange. So like if you were drunk,
you got to pay for them?
Huh?
You got to pay for them, or
it's all inclusive.
Oh,
it's included.
Gotcha.
So if you
when y'all going?
Huh?
When y'all going?
July.
His anniversary.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta send my money. I ain't forget about that part.
Yeah. So looking forward to that.
Mama out there too.
Paying it off. The wife is wild. She want to go to that all natural beach, but I ain't doing it.
What you mean, bro? You on vacation? See people ever again? Let it all hang out, baby.
Nah, bro.
So
What's that, New Beach?
So there's an island 100 meters.
I know you see
100 yards away.
Yeah, we see you, nigga.
It's 100 yards away. So like
we're gonna make that a new highlight.
What that?
Just random room shit, like.
So there is an island. You get on a boat. They take you over there from like 9 to 6, and it's a new beach. I ain't doing all that.
Can you do shit over there? You said 9 to 6.
Yeah.
What
I can't be naked all that time.
Yeah, like first of all, I can't be naked all that time, and if I am, you gotta feed me and
But
like.
even when you go to a new when you go to a nude beach, you have the option to be nude.
No, not this one.
It's not an option.
No, if you on that beach, so like there's a regular beach, and then there's a boat that take you over to the all natural island.
I don't know about sitting my balls on like where other people balls is at. Like
I'm not going. I just don't want to see other people naked. Like, what if you just chilling and a nigga walk past with like stiffy? Like,
I don't look at
him. Now you got no sandy.
So
it's part of the game. If that's where you at.
This how it's gonna be, right? Because the one time I was in Jamaica, we had that. We was in Breeders and the Grill, and we had a side where it was a nude beach. It's gonna be all old white men, right? And they just gonna be like trying to like talk to people. And it's like, bro, you cannot talk to me. First of all, if I'm sitting and you're standing, we're not talking. That's first and foremost.
Pretty sure they're gonna have his hands on his hips and all that shit.
I'm talking like, yeah, because
It's just like
my man.
I don't have time to somebody be like, so you come here often?
Right, they do this, bro. They talk.
Like, bro, I'm not time
Like
for that.
they'll talk like, yeah, so stretching
Yo,
your
that hand on the
like,
hip
bro,
is
go ahead, bro.
That's exactly
It
how
is,
they
bro. That's how they be, bro.
Philadelphia. Oh my God, you guys just lost, man. Crazy.
Yeah. Like, yeah, well, I'm from Texas. Like, yeah, y'all suck and everything. Like, what?
Like, that shit is wild.
Yo.
I can't do it.
And it's gonna be like a nice young.
Like, can you come
Caucasian
back
joint.
though? Like, at whenever
6?
time you want?
No, nigga.
Or is it? You said 9 to 6. Can you come back when you want to come back? Can
No,
you go
nigga.
over there from 9 to noon? and
Your
come
balls
back?
is out.
Yeah,
from
but
10 to
as soon
6.
as you get over there, y'all drop
balls
them
is out.
balls.
I ain't asking that. When you said 9 to 6,
Yeah.
correct?
So
if
if
you
you go back-
get there, if you get there at 9, can you leave at noon,
Yes.
or is it just one boat there and one boat
No,
there?
no. So they said that they have people standing on the other side of the pier. So this is the island, and they have people standing over there waiting to see if somebody get on the pier, and they'll come over.
y'all niggas crazy. Go ahead.
So it's like crazy Texas.
Yeah. pretty much. So if they see you get on the on the pier, they'll come over here to pick you up. And
You ever
take
seen Couples Retreat?
Yes.
He gonna be face out of love.
No, I'm not, because I ain't going. That's the first thing I fucking thought about. My big black ass being naked on the beach. I'll pass.
Shorty said, "Babe, why you ain't got no drawers on?" He was like, "I ain't think we was gonna be naked."
I'm good. But no. So the
So
funny thing
I
is,
wouldn't go, right? I personally wouldn't go, but I think you should go for the experience.
No.
Just go for 10 minutes.
no, I'm good.
I think you should go. Ain't a part of my South Beach nude.
I don't know. My South Beach experience wasn't the greatest,
So
so I want to go back.
I do know though you can go from 8:30 to 9 to like see the beach, see
That's
the
all you
island,
gotta do.
but you don't have to be naked.
See, go to see them titties.
But yeah, but just getting shit ready for the trip. Is it me or does it feel like the weeks or not the weeks, the days have just been flying by?
For me, it felt like it. And then it's great. First of all, I like both of y'all glasses. Number one.
Thank you.
Oh, like yours too.
Number
You should let me
two.
borrow.
Thank you. Switch.
And he's got prescription in him, sir.
Oh yeah.
Now my question is this: I've noticed that I've never seen your. Is that your like legit wedding
I
ring?
was looking at that too.
I have 4 wedding
This
rings.
boy getting money. I ain't got none. All
Well,
mine is
they
rubber.
no. The only expensive one is the one with the diamonds in it.
Hey, did you
That
have
one's
better
dope,
my
'cause
watch?
that it looks like the one I have.
Oh
just
shit!
gold.
You gotta remind me, bro. I ain't touched that thing at all.
He want me to remind him to do something. This
No,
second time too.
the reason why I looked at it because it reminds me of mine just in gold.
Well, I got a gold one, a black one, and a rose gold one, and the white gold with the diamonds in it.
I'm gonna buy me one.
So I just basically got all of them to match my
Your
watches.
It's kind of dope.
Appreciate it.
No, let's get into it, man. Today's conversation is going to be the real thoughts / conversations of us men learning how to love their significant other versus being taught how to love our significant other. Let's get into it for sure. The likes and dislikes of the things that you were taught and that we've learned. I want to start on this by saying the things that I do not like about being taught to just be a man in general is that the only way to be a man is to be macho and to have to to provide.
Is that being taught or being told?
That's definitely a forced thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we're
it's definitely-
told by females that
No,
this.
but
not
males
even
too.
females.
Let me finish.
Go ahead,
Let
sorry.
me finish.
Sorry.
We're told by females that men have to be this, that, and the third, right? And then
Can we say some? Can we say some?
Let me finish. And then in certain instances, men who were also raised by females tell you that you can and can't do certain things. So is it really being taught or being told? Because you can't teach me how to not. You can't necessarily teach me how to be macho, because I feel like being macho is a thing that everybody don't have it. It's a facade. It's not a real thing for real. To me, at least, it's not a real thing. You can walk around being a tough guy. You really a biggity. Like, really? Come on, bro. Like, somebody out here know you for real. It's a facade. It's a defense mechanism.
I like it.
But it makes sense, though, don't it?
Yeah, I like
I mean, it
it.
makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But then when do you have, like, okay, as a kid, you say we're told, right? Mm-hmm. But then
You're told.
we're
men don't
told
cry.
everything, and when you're told things, that's you're learning those things.
And that's
Like
not
when you're in
necessarily.
school, we're learned that in 1940 or 1440 something, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. You're told that.
Okay, so you're told that men don't cry. How can I teach you that men don't cry?
I mean, it
Men ain't
becomes.
supposed to cry.
Real men don't cry.
I mean, I get what you're coming from. It's just like when you say told and taught, I think they're intertwined because we're told the history of.
What's history?
Toad is more so like Toad is more so like I'm telling you this so you do it and you automatically adjust it to your life because this is how we supposed to do. It's more like law.
Gotcha.
It's more like law.
Okay.
Like teaching is more like how you or you teach somebody something. It's more so how you adapt it to your life. How it's in conjunction with your life. But if I say this is what you're supposed to do,
Yeah, don't tell me about my hands no more, though. You did a whole dance. You did a whole praise dance, bro.
fucking phrase there.
They said,
But yeah, I just think like when you being told something is more so law. It's more so like, no, this is the Bible. I'm telling you this because it's the Bible. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you do it. It comes with more aggression and more force with it.
Gotcha.
In my
That makes-
opinion.
No, that makes sense. All of that definitely makes sense. Because a lot of people in our society automatically think that this is what a man's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you learn these lessons, you go through life, you start to realize that I don't have to be macho. I don't have to put up this defense mechanism. I don't. This doesn't have to be law. I can grieve. I can ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
I can go through therapy. I can depend on my wife when I need to depend on my wife. You learn these things as you grow, and it breaks down those barriers of what you were told back in the day. Because it's just like, damn, when you sit there and think, you're like, damn, I feel so free being able to do this. Having financial communication with your spouse, it feels so much free. Like it's a burden off of you. If you can have communication. In my situation, when I am financially able to communicate, it lifts a burden off of me per se. So if I say, all right, babe,
can you define financial communication?
So,
not being an a-hole. Like
no, I got you. So hypothetically speaking, the rent is $1,000, right? Babe, I got $700 to pay for the rent. Now, if you see a notice that's saying, "Hey, this passes due," you don't have to wonder, well, why is only $700?
Gotcha.
So it's the communication. Like, hey, listen, I paid $50 towards this bill. If you see something come through, or whatever the case may be, you already know because I'm communicating with that with you.
Got you. Okay.
That's what I mean by being able to communicate when it comes to the finances. Because some people don't. I've learned the hard way that I didn't. So and then this is one of the things that helped improve my marriage is being able to do that, because you don't know what the other person may have. If you don't say shit, right? Like the closed mouth don't get fed thing. If you don't say, well, babe, I'm short. I paid this much. They might be like, oh, I got an extra $300 here. You know? And don't worry about paying back or whatever case may be. You never know unless you have that communication.
You definitely burn this relationship.
So it's just like, it's like men, and as men, we are taught or told that we should bottle shit up. Like if you're having feelings about or emotions about something, or you struggling through something, keep that shit in, because that's what the man is supposed to do. And it's just like society and who we are now and the wives that we have and the people that we have in our lives basically stated that that's no longer needed.
Can I ask you a question? And this kind of like veers off the topic, but it still is about being taught. When y'all moved out on y'all own, were y'all, matter of fact, what was the first bill that y'all ever had? The first bill that y'all ever had that y'all had to pay?
Cell phone bill.
Cell phone bill. Cell phone bill?
Nope, cable bill, then cell phone bill.
Damn. Okay, so next question. How were y'all taught to pay those bills?
So I was taught two ways. First way was that when you become older, like since it was prepaid, you just pay it. You get your check.
You had a prepaid phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get your check, and like it was one of those prepaid where it's technically monthly. Like if you paid like $60, it's unlimited talk and text for that whole month or whatever the case may be. But if you didn't, then they shut it off. Kind of like how Metro is now, kind of, sort of. But you pay your $60, and I was advised to take.
Terminology for
Yeah, I was advised as soon as you get your check.
Pay as you go phone.
Yeah, there you go. As soon as you get your check, take it off the top.
Okay.
And then my mom taught me that as you get older, to establish your credit. Get a credit card, put your phone on auto pay, your phone bill on auto pay, and then just, obviously in the back of your head, I'm going to pay this because this is going to come out. But if that's the only thing that's on my credit card bill and I'm actually paying it, it boosts your credit that way.
You gave mom the money for the cable bill?
Absolutely. But it was one of those things where it was like, yo, this is your bill. Your bill was due this, then, the third time. And I need the money before then.
Did she teach you how to pay it though?
No. Gave her the money.
This is why I'm asking this. A lot of things we weren't physically taught.
We were told.
I
can't, come on, baby.
So like, unfortunately, like I want to teach T.Y. how to pay bills. He's 13. He ain't about to have no bill for a couple years from now. But I want to teach him how to pay the bills. So when I give Shar the bill money and she busts the shit down, it just so happened, like, she ain't with the paying the bills on the first. Like, she paid that shit on, like, the 20th. So, it don't, like, when she pay him, I be like, babe, can you just wait till Saturday? So, when we get up Saturday morning, we can just show him how to do it. And she'd be like, all right. But, like, by the 24th, it's like, nigga, no. I want to wait. I'm trying to get her to wait until like he actually come that weekend when we're about to pay bills, so she could sit on the bed with the bills and show him how to physically do it on the computer or on the phone. See what I'm saying? So he can actually get, like, I don't like when I got a bank account, I was told to go to the bank and do this. And then the teller told me how to do this shit. The teller told me what to do to go to the ATM to do. So it's not like a lot of things aren't physically taught.
The bank, my mom taught me how to navigate through a bank.
Mom
she
told
did.
you that?
She taught me how to navigate through a bank. My first bank account, Jamel took. Well, my first bank account, technically, my mom had it for me when I was like 13. But when I started like working consistently, Jamel, he was working at a bank and he asked me to come down to the bank, and that was when I was like taught like how the whole bank process go. I tell, like, Steph got Bank of America. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he does it because I hate Bank of America. That was the first bank I had, and they charge you for everything. And then they had to join when you would call, young boy, you call, check your balance. Like, I knew I just spent flight work over $2. I'm gonna call and check it. And I realized that they didn't take my $2 out. So in my mind, I still got the money. And that's what messed me up. But because, like, now that I wasn't taught that aspect of it. Like that, I had to learn it on my own. When I first started catering, somebody had wrote me a check to do an event. It was a bad check, and they shut my account down. And told me I had to pay the money. I said, I'm not paying y'all nothing. not paying on anything.
I fucking hate that.
Right. And then, so now when I tried to open up an account, we tried to open an account years ago at, what's the people? American Heritage. They told me I couldn't because it's fraudulent activity. What fraudulent activity? And then Bank of America popped up. Y'all can kiss my ass. I'm not paying y'all.
Yeah, so it's just, and not to veer off like what we really talking about. It's just like a sense of like the first time I had to get a money order.
Bro, I still know how to get
So when I got the crib, I was writing money orders to pay my mortgage.
I still know how to do it.
So like I will go to Aces or what's the other John? The Aces was green, but what was the black and yellow one?
MoneyGram?
No, MoneyGram was
Western Union.
Western Union. Western Union. So I would go to Western Union. I ain't seen a Western Union eons, but I go to.
They're like in one of like you know how
They shot rights and stuff like that.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I used to go to go to Western Union and get a money order, and you gotta mail it out.
I didn't know what the fuck money order was.
Like I had to go, like so just to hear it. All this is in my head. Go to Western Union. Hey, can I get a money order for $710? Give me the money order. What do I do now? Now the lady just looking at what do you mean? Like I got people online. You send it to the goddamn mortgage company.
See, basically stuff like that.
But see, you know what?
So it's like it's that type stuff. So now you gotta encounter that, and then you gotta like go to the post office, get a stamp, then you gotta go back home, get the envelope that came in the mail with the mortgage statement, put it in there, put the envelope. So it was just like all the shit that we was told to do, but it was just like
Because now that you say that, the funny part about you say that is like I was I'm 30, 33 now, 28, 29 when I found out what a cashier's check was.
Word.
A cashier's check is the same thing as a money order.
You
It's just
know?
like it's, a cashier. I found out a cashier's check is literally just the same thing as a money order, except for it's like tracking on it.
Yeah, and it's from the bank.
I had the perfect opportunity to find out what a cashier's check was when it came down to the wedding, right? We, went back and
Now
told
they
our people.
clutch. Don't ever, you gonna give somebody something like a check.
Yeah.
Give them a
Cashier's
cashier's
check,
check.
So
if you're gonna go for a wedding.
Shout out to my mother-in-law. She asked, she said, well, I'll pay for the photographer and videographer. Okay, cool, no problem. Found the price, gave it to her. She said, "Fine, to take cashier's checks." I said, "What?" So I asked him, "You gonna take cashier's check?" "Yeah, we do." He said, "Yeah." She said, "All right, he'll get it." "All right, cool, no problem." I thought nothing of it. At that moment, I could have asked, "What is a cashier's check?" Because my mom never used them. And I've heard the term. Never used a cashier's check. Because I'm the guy. Listen, you take checks, cool. All right, here you go. Don't wait 50 days because it's not going to be there. I'm gonna tell you now. You got about a good 7 days. And it's not
You better
business
do it in
days.
6.
You got 7 days. My cousin gave me a wet. She gave me a check at the wedding. She said, "Cousin, don't wait forever." I said, "You know what? Give me a favor." I said, "Do me a favor." I looked at it.
Facts.
And the phone, yeah.
Yep. Facts.
Flip it over.
Yeah.
I said, "I did it."
That's facts.
Yeah, so we could get back on topic, but I wanted to get like.
I mean, it's not really off topic because it's still. It's
but
pretty
as
much going
far,
on
as,
versus
far as
told.
like being
When
taught and told, that kind of plays a part in a lot of aspects in life, not just relationships.
My likes is that you can learn from different people. Just everybody.
Absolutely.
You can learn from different generations. You can learn from this household. You can learn from your cousins. And you can
Some
learn
of
from some of them. You can learn from, pop, mom, grandmom, uncle, great grandpop, all of them.
Because Ed was learning from his cousins because they wouldn't let him do the shit.
But no, so like it's definitely I don't want this man to die.
I'm sorry.
But no, it's definitely being able to learn from everybody. Honestly, in different cultures too. My best friend Nico, when I was a young boy, I used to always go over his house.
The boy that draw?
Huh?
That's the boy that draw, right?
Yeah. I used to always
cool
go over
boy.
his house and stuff like that. Like I see like their dynamic and how, how they're raised and stuff like that. So you learn by just watching and stuff like that. And that's another thing I do love. Learn by watching. Because that's one of the best ways to learn, in my opinion, is by watching. And then you can go back and ask questions.
Yeah.
That's how I learned to cook.
So yeah, that was about it for me. Dislikes and likes for you, Ant.
As far as relationship goes, like just being charming, being funny or witty, canning, being
Boy, use all these podcast words. That's the headband.
being you, so you don't have to be somebody else, and you know what I mean, just being thorough. Like I was taught that. I was definitely taught all those things. I guess the dislikes would be all the things that's like not beneficial to my relationship, like the being stubborn and being combative or communication skills being horrible. You know what I mean? Like I remember I told y'all, like I never seen my parents argue. Like, so I was always one way with it. Like, so I mean, so just stuff like that. But like I think the likes is what made me who I am. And you know what's crazy about that? The between your likes and your dislikes, majority of the time will see your likes, and the only person who will see the dislikes stand out is your significant other. Like I wonder how relationships with your friends would be if they seen your dislikes. Like how many times do you actually see your closest friends like the shit that the shit that you would dislike about them? Yeah, I mean, like how often
do you see it, or how often do you see it and not say it?
We could touch the first one first, because how often would it come out?
He ain't learned. He's still over there touching stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how often will it come out for you to actually like sit there?
It depends on the relationship with the friend. Like, prime example, I'm always going to use you and I.
20 years. So,
how often you tell me like I don't like that you do this, that, and the third? It's often, right?
It's often, but that's like
that's
how many.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it depends on the dynamic of the friendship. So like again, like it goes back to even the conversation that we had this week, because I know that. For me, and
if what your friends don't like about you, is it considered a dislike to yourself? Oh,
that's a good question. That's a great question. So I'm going to use me an example. So the conversation that we had during the week, right? Mm-hmm. Typically, when people would tell me about myself, I'd be like, "That's not true." When I was younger, right? Mm-hmm. Had to sit back, had to think. I ain't even like. Babe, they said, no, I literally sat back to myself like, damn, cats feel like this. Like, I this not the first time I heard this stuff.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, which my response was, I'll do a better job working on me. Can't say, oh, this ain't happened, that ain't happened, it happened because, damn, this nigga said that. But again, it come like, and this might sound crazy because people won't admit it. You know when you got Joe ass hating friends and friends who genuinely care. Mm-hmm. If I know you a Joe and you hate her, you say something, it's SMD. But if I value your opinion because of who you are to me and how like how we got that bond, I'm gonna sit back and think about it. Like I sat back and thought, like, damn, I said that. Damn, I smacked the shit out of me if I said that to me.
So let me ask you this: what's the difference between you having a random conversation with a random stranger and he's saying something to you that struck a chord and made you want to change something?
You get a defense mechanism from a random person.
So that's what I'm asking. So if a random person randomly, like you go to the clothing store and you bump into a random person and y'all just get to talking for about like 7 minutes, and in them 7 minutes he dropped jewels, right? And you walk away and you like, damn, like I learned some shit.
How was his delivery? Because delivery means everything.
I mean, if he's dropping jewels, the delivery probably don't matter if he's dropping jewels for real.
It would.
But I'm getting
for me at least.
I mean, that could matter, but regardless of what it is, regardless of the delivery, I'm talking about the jewels that he's dropping.
I get
that's
it.
Beneficial.
No. So what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, but if your delivery is off, I'm not going to take what you're saying. Like we could be arguing. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying about arguing.
No, I mean, listen, hear me out. What I'm saying is, let's just say the conversation that we all had. Say we were arguing. Mm-hmm. I don't think nobody will listen to anybody. We know each other, so like we're arguing. Fuck what you said, right? And I think this is what separates generations from generations.
I also think those type of conversations need to be had in person, because if they're not had in person, you could literally text 20 things, right? But it's text, so a response to those 20 things 9 times out of 10 won't happen. but a response to 3 things might happen.
I
So
can agree
those
to-
type conversations
I
need to
agree
be
to a
happening.
certain extent.
To a certain explain.
So it all depends on the person.
That's BS to me. Then that's exactly why we need to have it in person.
But here's the thing, though.
Because if you have it, because
So-
now you enabling them to keep doing the things that they doing.
Not necessarily, because we can have a conversation face to face, and you can give me 20 things that you don't like about me, right? And again, I'm not saying me per se. You can give me 20, 25 things that you don't like about me, right?
Mm-hmm.
The things that stick out to most that offend me is what I'm going to respond to. That's a natural human reaction. Whatever sticks out the most, I'm going to respond to. So,
Exact. So you don't get the human reactions
No, I
via
get it.
text.
So, but even face to face. So even when we're talking face to face, right? I heard all 22 things you said, but 3 stood out to me. After the other 22, these 3, no. I'm defensive. I'm defending myself. No, because like text is talk. It don't matter. That's a natural human reaction.
Yeah.
Some stuff you're gonna be like,
I
damn,
mean,
that's
yeah, I
crazy.
guess we agree to disagree. I just feel like if you say it in person and you hear those words, like, and you looking in somebody's eyes, all that affects the way you engage or like respond to something. Cause
I agree to a certain
look,
extent.
I could hide. If you say 10 things about me that whatever it is, these 10 things are the bad things that you do. Behind text, I can block all that shit out. In front of somebody, looking at somebody's eyes, feeling that energy, if I tell you the same 10 things face to face, you literally might respond to all 10 of them via body language or verbal or physical, and then I could still point them out to you. There go 1, there go 2, there go 3, there go 4, going down that list while you feeling every ounce of it.
And then we fighting.
I'd rather get there than to you hide behind the fucking text, because then I feel like I'm enabling, like, if you my man, I feel like I'm enabling it behind text. As opposed to being, if you want to fight, then cool, we fight. Now you know at the end of this fight, regardless of who win, that this is the shit that he was talking about.
I get you to a certain extent, but I also just feel like, and maybe it's because like most of the friends that I have, I've had them for like years, and it's like we kind of like know each other. So it's like whether it's talk or text or whatever. And so, prime example. So me knowing that you feel that way, if you send the text message to me, I'm going to respond to everything detailed to make sure that I don't get you to feel that way. That's me though. Can't speak for everyone else. That's a me thing. But it's also one of them joints like, okay, you said what you said. You said what you said. My response, okay, I got to do a better job working on that. And it's not like a cool, F what y'all said. No, like I looked at it, I value what y'all said, and I'm like, damn. Because I haven't heard that. That's not the first time I heard that. So if it's coming from people that's genuinely in my circle, it must be true. Yeah, let me work on that. Let me fix that.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, that's me. Like even with siblings, like me and Jamel go at it often, and we go at it, and then we go apart. Well, yo, bro, I meant this, that, and third. Man, whatever, ain't no big deal. Like, we family. That is what it is. Like, you my brother. But we also didn't have that relationship younger. So now we have it and we clash it now. Okay, you feel, I feel. We two men, we gonna express how we feel. That's how I view it.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I'm not saying your views are wrong. Like, I think it just depends on the person. But I also know, like, the people who I'm cool with, I know my people. So I know what triggers and what don't trigger. So it's like, and if I trigger you, like, I think y'all know me well enough to know that if I'm trigger you, if I intentionally trigger you, you know I did it on purpose. I feel like that's the relationship that we got.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's why I'm apologetic when I know that I made somebody mad and it wasn't intent, like it wasn't no intent behind it. And if I just like hear the moment, hey, man, that's that, I don't care.
So why does that vary in relationships than friendships? Or a relationship with a significant other than friendships?
Can't answer that.
With your homies.
Can't answer that. No, like I'm not, like I don't have an answer. Because it shouldn't.
So
Can you put a question for him?
You got your likes that you learn. You got your dislikes that you learn. Or your likes and your dislikes that you were taught. When it comes to your homies, it's kind of like you could navigate through it a little better as opposed to your marriage or your relationship with your girl?
I think it's more so because that's the person that you eat, sleep, and shit with, essentially. Like I don't have to be around my homies 24/7. I mean, like, everybody knows that when you, we've all probably experienced this before. When there's beef in the house and tension in the house, it's just like a groggy feeling. It's just not a good feeling. And it's just like walking on eggshells and all over shit. So it's easier to have certain conversations with your homies about certain shit or being able to navigate certain things versus with your significant other, because they say that, what is the saying? Home is where, like, you know, you're supposed to, like, relax and not stress and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the tensions is high and at home, ain't no rest, ain't no peace. So it's just it's kind of hard to, like, I don't think anyone wants to upset their significant other and cause strife in the house.
So I agree with you.
I don't think nobody wants to, but
that's
sometimes it needs to be caused.
It's just like, do I really feel like doing this?
But I think that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I
like that is the problem. So I can and I agree with what you said. I can argue with my homie today or tomorrow, and I know at some point we're gonna be good. I ain't gotta live with the nigga. I ain't gotta come home to the nigga. I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta do none of that. In the house,
it's just different, yo.
It's definitely a different feeling. But I also feel as though sometimes you have to go through those experiences to grow.
That's
now,
right.
I don't agree that it should be frequent and often, because at some point, if my homie know me and he's like, yeah, we've been homies for some years, but I'm here with you every day. If my homie took the time to know me, why can't you take the time to know me?
That's facts.
And I think that's where the disconnect and the frustration come in, because we view it as...
Is that necessarily what it is, though? Because it's a different type of love.
Correct, but we view it as... I mean, and again, and I'm not everyone. I think some people just view it as, if my mans know me and understand me, why can't you understand me? Like, we've all had certain conversations where it's like, damn, you get me. Why can't this person in a relationship get me? How can you understand how I feel about this, right? But this person can't understand how I feel about this.
Might sound like, but it's heavy though. Yeah. I actually listening and trying to apply it real quick. It do sounds like it's a heavy topic.
But that's also one of them joints where, and I hate to say this, back in the day when we was all younger, we all said bros before hoes, right? Almost certain we all said it. Mm-hmm. To the point that chicks were saying it too. But when you get older and you really, really think about it, it kind of still stands. Because...
Nah, I ain't think you was going
but here's why though.
Go ahead.
Not to the extent in which we held it when we were younger, but to the extent of, yo, my man really understand me. I can go to him and have this conversation, this uncomfortable conversation with him, because he can get it and she's not going to get it.
The bitches on social media gonna be like, that's gay.
Of course they will. But here's the funny thing about it. Put a shoe on the other foot. You got chicks that will go and talk to their friends, a whole group chat, because the female group chat and the male group chat is different. The female group chat is this nigga, little jokes here and there. The male group chat, I'm not gonna tell you what the male group chat be like, but it'd be different. It's different, bro. Like, we might go to the male group chat for advice, right? You go to the male group chat for advice depending on who's in there, right? But then it's a whole bunch of laughing and joking and stuff that just don't matter about nothing.
That's facts.
Good.
The female group chat, they got moms, they got daughters. It's all kind of stuff. Bro, there's a group on Facebook for Philly moms, and it's a whole, like, group of individual people that help each other with, like, daycares and cooking and Pampers and all kind of stuff. Niggas ain't got that.
So, aren't we in the Black Husbands group on Facebook?
I was.
I don't know what happened.
They don't
to
say
it.
nothing anymore.
It was
Talking
the
about the
Black
one-
Husbands, right?
Talking about the one that,
I think
Gio
Gio put us in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an update or anything about that in forever.
So I'm when I get some damn service, I'm gonna show y'all. But the other day, right, main man put some joint up. I don't know if I actually been talking to him the last couple of days. I don't know if he like peeped the pod.
No, I think I remember what happened. I think I left because somebody had a wild ass stat, and I was just like, "Yeah, no, I'm good."
I mean, it's like 300-400 people in there. You judged it off one stat.
It was a couple of them that was wild. I think I left. I'm not 100% sure, but I think
When I show it to you, we gonna see which one it is. But main man put something up there, and it's this is kind of why I hate social media, man. And I know we try to do that with our group to get people to like interact and shit, but I get why some people don't be interacting, because most of the time it just be fucking social media experts, social media gurus. Like my man put up something about how him and his wife been going through it, and like he do what he do around the house, and he go to work, and then but his wife would come home and be complaining and something. He was like, I said this, and whatever he said, it could be deemed as disrespectful, but he said, am I wrong? Right? Now, when you say am I wrong, of course you're now
Asking the
opening
question.
the door for
To
people to
everyone.
give you right.
Correct.
So me, because of the person that I've become over the past 3-4 years, I read the whole thing and internalized it a different way. I started looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, how long you been going through this? Number one, how have you been communicating this the right way? That's number two. Every man, every husband, black husband in this goddamn group just started airing my man out for real, for real. So I came on to Jordan and was like, none of y'all are asking the real question. Like, y'all just
And they
tearing
probably thought you was a female after that. Because apparently it's a bunch of females that's acting like men in that group.
Yeah, and I told him
All right.
because one of them was like, of course there's always one person that don't read, and then tag my name and was like, he said, am I wrong? That literally opens the door to da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, nigga, all right, you internalize it a different way. Like I analyze it this way, and y'all niggas not asking the right question. Y'all just saying this, and y'all going with it because Facebook is the place where y'all can go on there and probably the only place that y'all feel like y'all words got power. Fuck out of here. Y'all niggas is corny. If we gonna be black men, let's be fucking black married men. And let's analyze it the right way. Stop acting like your fucking marriage is the greatest. Nigga, no it ain't. Because I'm quite sure it's been times back in my day when I was because y'all was corny as shit. Yeah, y'all paid the bills and no, I'm doing it. Fuck it. Y'all niggas was paying the bills. Y'all niggas was doing all that shit in the house, and y'all thought y'all was superior in your home, and y'all wasn't talking to your wife the right way. Anthony was one of them niggas who like, it is what it is. Like, y'all making that face. This is real shit. This is what niggas is doing. That's what niggas do in them group chats. They make them faces. It's real shit.
Funny.
Yeah.
It's real shit though.
It's still funny.
It's real shit. Like, I'm just trying to get to the deeper meaning of this shit.
I just want you to know that don't ever on my podcast tell me that I'm like them niggas, because I ain't like them niggas. You said I make face like them niggas. I don't care about them niggas, though. I ain't
I was
niggas,
making
dog.
a face because I was like, okay.
No, it's real shit though. Like, it's not
an ant
okay.
ring. I
Like, it's
you know?
it's real shit though. Like, and it's like, dog. Like, at what point, again, going back to the machismo shit. Like, at what point do niggas buckle down and say, I'm a man, this is how it's supposed to go? Like, at what point do y'all buckle down and say, all right, maybe my wife's feelings do come into account? Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm paying all the bills. I don't give a fuck if I'm taking you on trips. I don't give a fuck if I'm buying you bags and all the material shit. Like, no, this is what you do as my wife. At what point do the wife really matter? That's why niggas be fucking multi-millionaires and y'all wives be getting piped down by the neighbor or the milkman or the mailman. That's exactly why. At what point do niggas buckle down? That's really what I'm getting at. Like, don't just focus on what I said. Like, yeah, like it was part of the game. Like, fuck.
You got a point, though.
At what point do niggas like really like, you know what I mean? As opposed to being these super, that shit ain't get you nowhere. That shit gonna have you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna have a family like me and my wife come to your crib to look at your crib and you getting a divorce so you try to sell that shit. That's what it's gonna be. And I'm gonna buy the shit out your house. Take your bread and go to fuck here with your little, and pay for your little horse. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Fuck, like, go ahead, next one.
I was enjoying that.
I'm actually glad that you did all of that, right? Because now, based off of what you did at that time and what you saw them females go through, you thought your wife completely different.
I do, but the other part is back to the first question I was asking Main Man that these niggas wasn't asking. How long have you been going through this? Like, because of course, like most times, right? And unless a man could be dealing with like one or two things in his relationship or his marriage that his shorty or his wife is just not getting right, and these are just the only two things. Like after you love that man, right? You love him, you love on him, you learn how to love him, cool. Then after that, it's the respect factor, right? But most niggas with macho, machismo, egotistical mindsets would say, no, respect me first.
Right.
Because, and most of the time, we ain't get love the proper way that we needed to growing up, but because you a man and because you've been taught or learned so much shit, it's like, fuck love, I'll get that later. Respect me the same way I want these niggas out here in these streets to respect me.
And that's the problem.
That's the fucking problem.
That's a trophy wife.
So sorry if I'm yelling, if y'all sound like I'm yelling at y'all, but that be the shit. Like it be the respect me first and then love me second.
Trophy wife.
But you don't even know how to love her in return. So when it's all respect me, it's like, all right,
acknowledge me.
So do me a favor, if you don't mind me. You basically are you're tapping into. You're tapping into the second branch here.
Can we get a shirt and say touch it?
Touch it, bring it, play it.
No, listen, like, and it's funny, like, but I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. Listen, you got the L&L logo, right? And then
with a hand that say touch it.
No, you got to just point it. And at the bottom, it's just like touch it.
Out of pocket.
Oh shoot! All right, I'm sorry.
All right, so like with that, man, like and I feel like I'm talking, so y'all could step in.
No, listen, anybody saying nothing, cuz I got my head on the day, cuz I'm saying it's a bad hair day. You know what I'm saying?
So like growing up, regardless of you could have been like I told you, I was raised off survival when I had both of my parents up until I was 19 years old. So like they came from survival, so it was no other way to raise their kids. Well, to raise me, and then they learned after with Asia and Ari, because that was a nice little. Asia is 8-year gap, and from Asia to Ari, that's a 8 or 9 year gap. So we both got 9 year gaps in between us.
So you was if you know, you were only child for a minute.
Yeah, it was me. Asia was born in 96. At that point, I was 8. And then Ari was born in 2005.
It's 9.
Yeah. So we all so they had years to figure the shit out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was just, it could have been getting better, or it could have been a lot of adjustments between that time. But for me, it was just like, all right, like we came from the hood. My mom did this. My dad did this. My mom did this. My dad did this. This is how we know how to walk in life. We joined together. We have a son or a kid or whatever they would have had, but they had a son. And this is how we have to raise our son off survival. So once you do that, every child is not going to come up with the same survival techniques or tactics that they walk through life with. Mm-hmm. I didn't. I ended up being an emotional nigga. I'm like, and not soft, but emotional. Like
Now let me ask you a question. Because you were raised off of survival, right?
I needed love.
Okay. I got
needed
you.
love, and the one person I got that out of was the person who I made my wife. See what I'm saying? So dealing with a slew of fucking chicks, and I think I had like 4 real relationships. Stupid.
He gonna beat that out.
I have 4 real relationships from I don't count high school. Y'all know that. So from 18 to 28. I have 4 real relationships, and then from 28 to now, I've been married. So Shar would be the 4th. But Shar is my wife because she is the one who learned me the right way and learned how to love me the right way. That I ain't gonna say the right way, the way I needed to be loved. Right? So now it's like, even if I would have been raised up on love, like, me personally, I just feel like at some point in time, when it comes to women, you don't always have to put that respect factor first, because this is a marriage.
Sucks.
This is a marriage. Like this shit don't just always be respect on up. It's so many aspects of marriage: love, respect, commitment. Like it's all these going up at one time. So to put one thing in front of everything and wait till you get there to start on, to come all the way back down to the totem pole and say, yo, respect me, right? Respect everything that I'm telling you to respect until I get to the top of the respect barrier. Then I'm gonna go back down to love, and then we can figure that shit out, baby. What part of the fucking... Then she get dicked down by the milkman or the mailman or the or the Comcast man or the roof man or the neighbor who is sitting there working from home in his garage all the time, and then he comes and mow your lawn and shit like that.
And then mow her lawn.
And then... So now, like, it's also aspects, and I think I want to touch on this in the other topic that I gave, the in my bad husband. So I ain't gonna go deep into this, but it then is like, we also now at that point, I'm not trying to put one thing up that far, because let's just say if you start at love, yo, I need love. Right? This is what I need from you as my wife. I need love. And we get all the way to the fucking top of the totem pole about love. Now, because we didn't incorporate the respect aspect within that love, now we gotta start all the way down here. So what if she just so happened to like what if the love is just like, all right, like, nigga, you getting a little soft. So because we didn't incorporate the respect within none of that shit, is like, now we gotta come back down here and we gotta build the respect all the way up to where the love is at.
I get what you're saying.
How complicated would that be?
I got a question.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm with you on everything that you said. Right?
Can y'all talk, man? I feel like I'm talking too much.
You gonna let us?
Shoot. Here's my question though.
Quiet for like 6 minutes.
You first meet somebody, no, because you about to go in the rain again. I feel it. You first meet somebody, right? And we talking. We go on a date, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all probably talk for like, say 2 weeks before y'all went on a date.
2 weeks before?
Before y'all went on a date.
Okay.
So it's 2 weeks y'all talking. Mm-hmm. What are you establishing in those 2 weeks?
I'm establishing who I am I'm letting you know who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. I'm letting you know my intentions. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably, this is 34-year-old Anthony.
Not 26.
I'm letting you know who I am as a person, and I'm letting you know my what did I just say?
Intentions.
My intentions. And then I'm going to my expectations. Mm-hmm. So this is me. Mm-hmm. This is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. This is what I need you to do. Mm-hmm. you got to build all three of those at the same time.
Another one that you can add
That's
is
where I was getting to.
You cannot
Yeah.
build. That's why I was saying you cannot just build one all the way up here.
No, but
Yeah.
so you
And then-
you answer. I
and
didn't
then-
think you would give that answer, but I don't have to ask the other question because the
then-
question was where does I'm sorry, Steph. The question was where does respect come in? But
That's why I said that. That's why I said. So
I got you.
that's why I said it's crazy when
'Cause I had another
you
scenario
start
after
with
that.
one,
Correct.
and try to get that shit all the way up at the top, and then when that person ain't doing what you need them to do, it's like, all right, now I got to come all the way back to the bottom and build this little ass bit up.
Right. I got
So
you.
now you're just building this up, but this is all the way up here. But because you did all this and it's not equal, all these aspects of a marriage or of a relationship is not equal. It's like, yo, like when we get like, don't forget that, because now you're gonna be sitting up here like, bitch, don't forget that I paid for this.
So-
bitch, don't forget that I spent all this.
So-
like now it's that.
So-
But it's like, dog, if you'd have just created all of them equally,
Right.
yes, it's hard.
And I agree
It's
with you.
hard.
So-
It is, but
what I'm gonna do is bust it down for the people who don't understand where he's coming from, right? For all the young niggas,
The people
right?
who don't speak Ant.
No, literally, for all the young niggas, right? When you play 2K, don't max out your fucking 3-point because you're gonna be slow as shit, not gonna be able to score inside.
Wow. Wow.
You max out your 3, you ain't gonna be able to run, jump, stamina gonna be ass, lockdown not gonna be good. You just gonna be a 3-point shooter that can't do nothing but
Shit,
shoot
big ass
threes.
back over there. I just wanted to know before we go. My
you
only
niggas
pick.
gonna be Duncan Robinson.
My only pick. My only pick for this week is that they don't speak Ant. I don't care what y'all pick. Don't ask me nothing. That's it. They don't speak Ant.
I pretty
Appreciate that.
much, yeah.
Appreciate
That's basically how it is.
So you just called him Kyle Korver because he couldn't do nothing but shoot threes.
No, I call him Duncan Robinson. That's even worse. They
Oh,
got
that
it.
might be worse.
Then they got $80 million contract sitting on the bench right now.
Ben Simmons got more. He's sitting on the bench.
Nigga sit down.
That nigga
That's not even the bench.
Content creator. Yeah, man.
All right. Well,
Listen, you went in, and I appreciate that.
hey man.
I'm sorry.
No,
For
that
what?
was good because again, it because I want to go into this a little bit
Stupid.
as far as
What's happening?
when you said that your mother or your parents they didn't show you that love. When you start getting that love from Shar, did it teach you how to also love yourself?
I'm not gonna say they didn't show me love.
They show you love that you wanted or that you
The
thought you
love
needed.
that I needed.
That you needed.
They didn't show
So-
me love that I needed
So
because
did-
they were raised off survival, and then they figured that the best option was to teach survival to their kids or
Gotcha.
to me because, like I said,
Yeah. So did they show you how to love oneself, or did you learn that once you started getting on Shar? Because I can honestly admit,
I
that
think I started
when I got
doing that
money.
once because Shar is a different breed, man. So I think I started to tap in.
You know she listen, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
alright.
she knows she a different breed. She know that.
I know.
And she knows she married a husband who was just throw the fuck off.
Listen, sister, not to snitch on you, but yes, we've had those conversations. I said the
But
nigga
it's
did.
like-
What you want me to do?
Like the other day, I was like, "Yo, babe, should I do this?" And she was like, "I'll tell you what it was on camera." I was like, "Babe, should I do this random as shit?" We was going to Elijah and Jordan wedding. We was driving to Jersey, and I was like, "Babe, should I do this?" And she was just like, "Yo, you use one nigga that is made up of a shit ton of just surprises." Like, what the fuck?
I mean, that sums you up, bro.
And in my mind, I'm like, you one chick who was built for a nigga that just come with surprises.
Boy, be drawn.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, because it's definitely I can honestly say this. When niggas are afraid to let go of the exterior that you were taught or told, you end up being one of these niggas with probably like 4 or 5 different baby mothers because you don't appreciate the value of love. you don't appreciate, to me, honestly, the value of the value of self love either. And I'm not talking about the people who just live. What's wrong? You're about to hit me?
No, you talking.
Oh, okay.
Look.
I have no problem with people who live on, because again, when you have such certain situations in your life, obviously that's just how fucking life happens. Life is life. But to be a man and to give yourself to someone fully. I'm not just talking about being a husband, because people can say being a husband is easy. It's not. Being a good husband is one of the hardest things in this world. And I'm talking about being a husband that's not only a caregiver, a protector, a provider. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about all the mental aspects. Black women out here are one of the most endangered species, as we can say, because they get so much shit piled on top of them. Niggas who talk about they love women, the first thing you see on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is black men degrading them. The moment you see a girl, she can be living a high life, or she can be wilding. That's their choice. But the first thing you see is a black man saying, "Oh, she a hoe, she this, she that." Some of that stuff is not even needed. Mm-hmm. It's like people are not even just learning from their parents nowadays. They're learning off of social media.
And that's why we doing part 2 of the influence of social media. So that's why because we tapped into the exterior of the impact that social media have on society. Now we need to get to the interior of it. So yeah.
Well, how can I love you if I never talk? You don't got nothing else to add. Ain't said it all.
I mean, Ant definitely said it all. But just so that I, don't bypass it, it's I have to learn me first, which a lot of men don't want to admit. I feel like females will learn themselves, but a lot of males don't want to admit they have to learn themselves first, right?
Facts.
So I'm honest enough.
Not to cut you off, but some niggas learn themselves and stay there. Because they think the fact that you learned yourself is like a fucking goal that you probably thought you would never obtain.
But they learned a form of themselves and not themselves.
Exactly. So
because every form of me is not the same.
Because don't let it. Oh, Jesus, you're fucking talking. Don't let something that you learn about yourself get you right here. Right. Let that shit get a nigga to a top spot in any aspect of life. He's staying there because he love how that feel and he love what it's getting him. So the thought of elevating is like, like elevation start whispering in your ears.
Another thing I also...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
To add real quick before you finish, Rome. Another thing that I also learned is it is okay to let her love you while you are learning how to love yourself.
It's okay. However,
it's okay, but she has is more up to her.
Agreed. It is.
Yeah,
so
finish your thought and then go into that, because Can you finish that with your initial?
It's going to go into that.
All right, go ahead.
So, all right, that's my bookmark. So, as I was stating, right? Wait. All right. Wait. What was the question again? He threw me off. What was the question?
Oh,
I got that too. I'm sorry, I didn't look at it. My phone.
How can I love you if I was never taught to love myself?
All right. So in that process, you have to learn who you are first, right? Mm-hmm. And then after you learn who you are, you have to begin to learn to love yourself. Mm-hmm. You have to love yourself for the mistakes that you made in the past, right? Mm-hmm. You have to love yourself and know that, okay, I'm enough to know that this is where I'm at now, but this is where I want to go, right? Mm-hmm. I got you. So in terms of you, like once you identify, it's a big word. Once you identify all those things, pay attention. The word identify is not, but it's heavy. It's heavy, bro. It's heavy. Once you identify those, because I'm honest enough to admit that when I got married, the version of myself that Tashira married is not the version of myself that I am today.
That's super factual.
Right?
Yeah.
So literally, yeah, I thought I loved myself. Yeah, I had low self-esteem. I was self-conscious of certain things, right? I was 300 and something pounds when I got married. I'm 200 something pounds now. But I was still loving all my fluffiness. And you gonna love it too. That's just how, that was my mindset. But subconsciously, it's like, yo, she don't really want this, right? So I learned how to love, and this is where the going to the barbershop every week came in at, right? Buying cologne, shopping for what I want, buying sneakers, buying, like, whatever. All that was me learning how to love myself. So people are like, oh, well, you always do this? Yeah, whatever. But I'm doing it because where I was before, remember, like, I was always wearing sweatpants. Bro, I would go to Farm Mills, buy some baggy sweatpants. I just rock out with them Jones. Where now it's like, bro, you don't even love yourself enough. Like, yeah, I always spent money on sneakers, but now it's like, no, man, I got, like, it's a collection. Like, nigga, I love me. I love me some me. Like, that's what it is. But it's like, until I got to that point, I could not love her the way that I love her now. I had to get myself right, and it's a mental thing. So once you get to all of that, then you can love her the way she wants to be loved. Not even on a financial aspect, because I do think that finances does play a factor in certain people. But if you're always chasing the bag, right, you love the bag more than you love her.
Yourself.
And yourself. Because you're defined by the bag. Yes,
and what
I do want.
A man can't be defined, motherfucker.
Right. So, yes, I had a conversation with somebody. Listen, we know an individual that got a Range Rover, right? Saw the joint on social media. I said, I'm going to get me a Land Rover one day. I'm going to get a red joint. And this is my mindset. Either it's going to be a red one with a peanut butter interior, or it's going to be a white one with a red interior. That's what I'm going to get, because that's what I want. Don't know when, not putting a timetable on, not putting a time frame on, nothing. But that's like, when you see me pull up in that, we made it. We out. Because that means that the check has came. Not the check for this, just the check for life. It's here.
That's
like,
a whole different check.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, it's not like, and they was like, no, like, don't get it. It's too expensive. No, I don't think you getting what I'm saying. When I get it.
It ain't heavy, I promise you. This one specifically ain't heavy. You can pick it up.
You see what I'm saying? Like, when I get it, I got it. Like, I got it. That's a goal that I have for myself, right? But I also know I have to achieve a lot of things in there before I get to that point. But it all stems to me loving myself, because I'm not the best version of myself if I do not love myself. Now, what was we talking about now? I was about to rip. I was about to rip it. I felt that. I was about to be like a preacher in the pulpit, boy.
And after you finish, I'm going to elaborate on it. I feel like it is okay in certain circumstances for you to love her while you are learning to love yourself.
That's not what you said the first time. I think you said for her to love you while it's okay. It's okay for her to love you
while you're learning to love yourself.
Yes. Yeah, and that's when I said is that one is ultimately up to her.
It is, but it isn't. Here's why. Because through you navigating, right? You're navigating through life how you're navigating through life. Yes, you know that you love her, right? And she can identify some things in you that you just probably either you don't want to identify, you can't identify, you're scared to identify, or you just ignore, right? In that whole process of her trying to love you through all of that, the natural reaction, it's a defense mechanism, because you're not used to getting this type of love. So then you act out, right? And you're not intentionally acting out, but you're acting out. And it's making it very difficult for this woman to love you, because she identified that you don't love yourself, but you have not identified that you don't love yourself. So it's not just on her, because you have to sit back and think, all right, she's done this, and this. And all I did was do this, but this pushed her here. But while I pushed her here, she's still fighting. Some women don't give up in that moment.
Exactly, because that's part of and a lot of women say this shit. I be telling my sisters this, like, don't stay with the potential. Because although Shar did it with me, and although, yes, we're married, and yes, we have a baby, we're about to get in the crib, that shit don't always pan out for everybody, because every woman is not built like that.
That's true, but I don't think it's honest.
Should I tell them that? I probably should.
Yeah, I don't think you say that.
I probably
wouldn't
should.
say that.
I think that's a brother.
Because
That's just a brother. If this was like a regular chick that I was just like, let's just say if we had a live show and the fan was like da 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 da, I'd probably tell that fan that.
No, but here's the thing, though.
If Asia or Ari told me that, or if Asia, Shar's sister, or Imani or Amani or Tiff, like someone who's right here and there and there in my heart. Listen, this is the lesson that was taught, and this is how you could potentially move through it lissomely. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think that
it's like half and half with that. Because what if they do rock out with the potential, and the potential just turn them into a whole different animal?
that's true, but then you also, and then I can honestly say this for myself, because I knew I was potential. Monty told me she was potential. She said something that like years ago that hurt, because she was like, listen, the man you are today, I know you're not going to be, the man you are today, you're not going to be who you are in 5 to 10 years. And this shit hurts me to this day. She said, and the thing is, she said this when we was in our early 20s. She said, if I was to ever leave you today or tomorrow, if we was to ever break up today or tomorrow, the next chick that gets you is going to benefit from my work.
Mm-hmm.
I vow to never, I'm not going to let another female benefit from you helping me get to where I am.
That's not always something that you can control.
You
though.
can't control it, but like it's one of those things that in your deep in your heart that you feel embedded in them.
Yeah,
like you helped me build this. Why? And again,
when did you think about that? At that moment?
Yeah, at that moment it hurt.
So you kind of loved yourself a little early in life.
Just a little bit. I would, but
Yeah.
I didn't love myself.
What about the nigga who didn't get to that point yet, and then she leave? He's not gonna. That's the fucked up part about it, because once he get with that new chick and she start benefiting from everything that the last one caused, that's when he's gonna start loving himself, and he's gonna realize those words and how they stuck out and how they are literally playing its part right now.
But see, when that situation happened, when that conversation happened, I was loving myself, but I wasn't loving myself to the fullest capability.
He wasn't, but enough to stay firm in that.
Yeah,
A lot of niggas is not even at
because
that point.
It hurt me.
What you was about to say?
I don't want to sound like an asshole.
I didn't sound like an asshole a couple times already.
And it's not like even an asshole to Monty, because what she said is
Facts.
110% accurate.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But I feel like that's part of the game in any relationship.
That's why I said you can't control that
In any relationship, in any job.
aspect of life.
Like, bro, like, so, and it's one of them joints where, take Ant, for example. SEPTA Ant, Pepsi Ant, Post Office Ant, Airport Ant. 4 different ants. How do I know? Because I was by the nigga's side through all 4 transitions. Each job he's gotten better and moved differently. Right?
Can I step in real quick?
No, I'm gonna forget. But even behind that, right? The difference in those 4 is the person that was pushing him. Now, yes, those 4 situations, one person was there pushing him through 3, right? Mm-hmm. But it goes back to, and I'm not going to say that SEPTA Ant didn't love himself, because he did love himself. But he loved himself differently through each transition. Mm-hmm. This Ant that we know today, and if we would have took SEPTA Ant and had SEPTA Ant, on this podcast with Rome that was, I don't even know what the hell I was doing then.
It wouldn't have been Black Man been working.
And you, I really think that you would have been the person to rein us in, but we wasn't trying to hear it at that time.
Also, Friendly's aunt is the reason why
know him.
the rest. So that's the thing. It was from 15 to 21 to when I first had T.Y. So it was like I was doing my Thug Dizzle, 15 all the way to 20, and then I had T.Y. But the life aspect of it is how I was at that job busting my ass for $8, and I went from $7 to $8 in the course of 6 years, right? Kept asking for raises, kept asking to be a supervisor, kept teaching me all the shit and not making me become a supervisor, all for one thing. You're just too cool with the people. So the fact that made me, and then I went to school to get my CDL and I couldn't get a job because the niggas told me I was too young, but they still allowed me to go to school knowing I wasn't going to get a fucking job at 18 or 19 or 20 because I wasn't 21, and that's when insurance claims and policies and guidelines kick in at 21. So from 15 all the way to there, it was just like as far as jobs go, I'm never going to put myself in that position again to give my all. That's why I be saying I'd rather get a bag than to put myself in a position of higher power and have to, because I know it's going to be people who is just like me between them years. And I really feel in my heart that I'm going to have a soft heart for them.
That's part of the game too.
But it might what's the word? I don't want to say fuck up, but
That's one of my greatest downfalls as a director.
it might be my downfall because of the what I see in them people that I went through for so many fucking years is gonna put me in a position to like step away from the role that I am in this higher position. And see, that's just my heart. That's just the heart. That's you know how I move, bro.
Right? No.
Right. The way I move is why I just need to get a fucking bag and keep going. Because if I get in that space and I see people who literally went through the things that I went through in the time that I was at, and when I wanted it, when I was working towards it,
right,
and nobody showed me what I needed.
Boop. If my daddy was a pimp, why can't I be a pimp? This is that.
My daddy was a hoe. I ain't gotta be a hoe.
This that learn.
Nigga, you took that nigga words. His words is law.
This is that learned behavior that. This is the learning aspect. You know what I mean? If you see, let's just say hypothetically, right? You have a single parent household. You know, you live with your mom, but you stay with your pop, and your pop move different. You know what I mean? Your pop is the guy who always got that shit. You know what I mean? He got the finest clothes, and he got the cologne, and he got
That nigga wore oils and baggy clothes, nigga, like a hanger.
Amber White.
He ain't
I'm just saying, like
Egyptian
for this scenario. But he put his shit on all the time. You know what I mean? And
about to grind him up in his pocket. I ain't talk that nigga again.
his car. We talk, bro.
Sorry.
Let me start over.
I apologize for everything I said in season 2 that gave y'all hope to speak to people. Fuck them.
Fuck him off.
Hey, stop.
It finally clicked. What the fuck you was talking about?
Yeah, fuck him.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So as I was saying,
I got Tourette's.
hypothetically speaking, you're in a single parent household, but you do indeed get time to spend with your pop. Your pop moves differently than what you see, you know, like your uncles and stuff like that. So your pop got all like, you know, he throw his shit on, cologne, watches, car, and what I mean by being a pimp essentially is the old way. Like he don't got holes or whatever the case
Player.
may be. Yeah, player. So it's like you see how he moves.
Real player, like.
Yeah. you know, you see him every other week. He got a different chick. You know what I mean? And glitz and glamour and that's all you see. You know, your dad doesn't necessarily tell you how to be a loving man, how to be a loving husband.
T.Y. met some hoes on accident. I didn't know that nigga was downstairs eating cereal and them hoes was trying to creep out. All I heard was I looked back, he had the table like
Just looking.
just looking. She talking
Good morning, Dad.
hoes talking about hanging.
Talk to my son, bitch.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you,
Smart
but
son.
see here in that scenario, he eventually seen a different side of you.
Yeah.
So, but in this scenario, all young boys see is, man, my pop got a different chicken here every day. You know what I mean? He don't got nothing to worry about. This, that, and the third. He got bread. He got money. He got this. He got that. Shit, why can't I be like that?
He got something to worry about. Them hoes stressful.
So you grow up, and you be like that. And the first thing your mom say is,
Not that I know.
don't be like your father. First thing you gonna say, well, my pop bagged you.
They definitely got. God damn it! I used that line.
Yo, I remember when this was my pop first relationship after they got divorced, right? Because my sisters went with my mom and I stayed with my pop. Dog.
Was that like discussed or it just happened that way?
It just happened that way. So I could vividly remember, right? He was going to his shorty crib. I was going to my shorty crib. Nobody was in that house. Like, nobody was in that house. When I tell you that bathroom didn't get cleaned in about like 8 months.
yo.
We was not there. There was no food in the crib. No nothing. Like, no nothing. I remember one day I think I pulled like a 24-hour joint at work. I was working in South Philly. Came home. I was like, man, I'm gonna take a shower, go to sleep.
Yeah, no soup.
Wasn't no soap. And look, the water was off. I was like,
The water was off.
the water was
You
off.
got not to be paying for a minute for the water to be off.
Dog, listen, and it was two of us.
Bro,
So
the water bill is $40 a month. With two people, it's like 15, bro.
Yeah.
You pay $15 a month.
no, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I go downstairs. The hot water heater still on. There's the shit flame hitting the hot water heater. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I call my pop. I'm like, pop the water off. He like, the water off. I'm like, yeah, mind you, we went months without seeing each other. All that shit. Like, for like a good 8 months, bro. I call him, pop the water off. He like, the water off? I'm like, yeah, like, he said, go in the bathroom. I said, I did that already. He like, check that. I did that already. He said, all right, hold on. He called me back. Hey, my fault, man. I ain't paid the water bill like 5 months. But dog, we was not home.
How much was that joint? If you remember.
I don't remember.
Gotcha.
I was like 20. I gave him money. Like every month I gave him like $400. So I ain't really care, or I didn't pay attention to how much it was. But he paid that shit, and I think I just stayed downstairs in the basement and went to sleep. And then I think like 2.5 hours later, I heard something outside, and he got a little window in his basement. I looked out the window, and it was them in the front of the house with the jug.
Yeah, turn
and
the
I was
water
like, and then I think I had one of the faucets on. I think I had the faucet on in the kitchen. So when I'm in the basement, all I heard was. I'm like, whoo, let me go take a shower.
That's funny.
Yo, that was a stone cold, like that was a crazy stretch, yo. I ain't see him for months. I think I ate out probably like 4 times a week. Bro, like that was just you and your pop. Shit get real.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like when you grow up, people.
And it wasn't just like that. It was more so like it wasn't me like seeing them like with hoes and shit. It was just more so like when it's just you and your pop.
Shit is different.
Must be
Shit
nice.
is different. Yeah, like shit is different.
Because we all knew. I mean, we've all been single before, kinda.
Huh?
The reason why I said kinda, I've been dating mine since I was 19.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
nigga,
just,
say you.
the reason why I said single before kinda, I was single, but I haven't been single as an adult. But I do know.
That's why I got the story that I got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So-
Like, but when like she goes, like for example, like when she goes to like vacations or something like that with her girlfriends or whatever, I act like a single nigga mindset at home. What I mean by that is this.
How about to say, don't incriminate yourself, big fella.
No, I think I know what it means. Like,
Niggas don't wash enough.
Niggas don't wash.
Exactly.
Dishes be fucking piled up and shit. And then you be like, shit, she about to come home today. Let me clean the fuck up.
how you think them 4 days was when she went to LA?
Look.
I cleaned the shit out of that crib.
Bro, I said-
Carol was just looking at me like, you gonna play with me? No, nigga, I got dishes to wash.
In my head, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go holler at Aunt. I was like, no, I can't steal soap that day. I ain't want to steal no soap that day. It wasn't gonna feel
I mean,
right.
it's like pizza boxes be piling up and shit.
Everything, pizza, buffalo wing, everything on the counter.
I think the only thing that was in the way was like I
Breakfast.
washed clothes and the clothes were sitting on the couch folded. I ain't taking them upstairs yet.
Yeah.
She just came in, looked at the house, and was like, "Yeah, little did you know." And we had to go see houses that day. Me and Harold went to go see 2 houses that day, so I had to leave. I did all that shit. I started at like 5 in the morning. He took 2 naps. Well, he didn't wake up till like 8. I got a lot of shit done. Then he took another nap, and then I did some more shit. Hopped in the shower, and then by like 12:30 we was headed out. So from like 5 in the morning to 12:30, like I was in that crib, cleaning the shit out of that crib.
That's how it be. But yeah, it's just like the whole thing is. I feel like that's
Straight Al Bundy, like, look. I should probably get in the shower.
Al Bundy, the realest word in my hand on my crotch.
I should probably get in the shower. But no, that's one of the things where when it's like
Hero laying on the couch, he kicking my face. I'm like, your feet stink.
You like,
Just go wash your son, nigga.
Look. He might look back. Nigga, you stink.
We watch.
Like, who you talking to, cuz? Nigga, look right back. Nigga, you stink. He gonna tell you his feet stink. He said, you wash my feet. You gotta wash yourself.
that's how it be though.
If people, but in that, but even at that,
I think we veered off, but that's some funny shit, man.
But even at that, it goes back to the group chat. That's the difference between one of the male group chats and the female group chat.
Oh shit!
And my wife by the time I ain't washing my balls for 3 days. Who gonna say something, bro?
Say something.
You should, nigga.
Say something.
Oh, fuck, to have dirty balls just feel different. Like
This nigga tripping. 3 days, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all can say the fuck y'all want to say. I don't give a fuck.
3.
Your nigga do it too. Go somewhere. Go somewhere and leave your nigga in the house. I guarantee you, when you come back, the balls will be definitely clean.
You better hope you're a good nigga.
So why you
That's
going?
the difference.
I'm washing my balls, man.
Man, it's a little corny ass out there.
Them joints be ranty.
Like I'm just thinking, like, nigga, I'm a big nigga, so it's just like I gotta wash. Now the food.
You spoiled the whole little fun we was having.
I really just sit there in silence.
Okay, I'll say this.
You're the outcast.
I changed Hero Pamper though.
And he probably was like Kobe.
Shit. Oh, this is a husky joint.
He walked into your leg. He drew the paper like.
Look. Here we go. This nigga was like this for sure. He was like,
No, look. And the husky pair was like, I can stand in the living room and shoot that shit in the kitchen.
nigga was doing euros and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Joe was like, oh shit, my nigga.
Look at that. I made that shit score. Hero someone's like, yeah.
This nigga did an alley-oop and shit.
Yo, take us out, dog. Yo, take us out, dog. This show's over, dog. Yo. Hey, yo. Oh, shoot.
Nigga doing euro steps.
See the hero like, Michael Jordan.
Oh shit, man.
Oh, shoot.
Oh man.
Oh, man, I hate
Damn,
y'all.
I don't even think the third one was supposed to go like that.
Yo, dog, take us out, dog. Take us out. See you on next week. Holla at us.
Oh shit.
All right. Before we get out of here.
No, we out, dog.
Wait, before we get out of here. Does anybody have a thanks for looking out this week?
Oh,
Shit. I actually got a lot of them.
My thanks for looking out is my main man, Romeo.
on God. On God.
No. My thanks for looking out. Wow. I don't have one. I can't even make one up. Yeah.
And you got things looking up.
I mean, like, you could do the normal, like, you want to thanks the wife put up with them kids, but I ain't got no kids. Bang bang.
Shout out to Tammy. For helping us sell the crib. Tammy McDuffie on Instagram if you want to follow, if you need a relative, if you need an agent. Shout out to Tammy. Shout out to Romeo for buying. Shout out to Hero. He walking now.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, shout out to Hero. He walking, man.
He still can come over my house though.
Hey, I had one more. Something else decent happened to me this week that I forgot to mention. I forgot. But yeah, shout out to all of them. Steph, you got things for looking out?
Yeah, yo. So I'm gonna boop this part. Like, you know this. Boop.
Time out. Because he also dropped his phone after you said his name.
You gotta
So
keep
yeah,
it.
we
No,
know.
you gotta keep it.
No, fuck you, nigga. No.
You don't watch the pod.
Boop. Go ahead.
You better remember where you left off at. This time I'm gonna hum this bitch.
You gotta hurry up. Get the fuck out of here.
What's the button?
I don't got no mind this week. So yeah, we gonna get out of here.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, yo.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, yo. Oh, shit, man. Follow me at ANT_N.I.C.E_ANT_nice215 on Twitter. Follow the gang at THELNL pod on all social media platforms. Oh, shit, man.
Don't forget to follow our Facebook page as
Yeah,
well.
follow everything. All the LNL podcast on everything.
Yep.
On all everything. Get interactive with us, man. Holla at us. Shout out to everybody who is commenting. Shout out to everybody who's liking,
Shout out to
subscribing.
Shiz always got something to
Yeah,
say.
shout out to Shiz. Shiz need his wings. Nigga, get his wings. Chef.
Don't follow me this week.
He don't remember.
I'll be
That's
back
what
next
it is.
week. No, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. All right. So, website, theromanway.com. Twitter, who got _wings. Instagram, Chef Rome _89. Facebook, Jerome Johnson. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, my business Instagram is The Roman Way on IG as well. Steph?
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Mkage, H1MKAGE. Again, thank everyone for supporting us and continue supporting us as we travel and go for our journey. So, yeah, that's it.
Shout out to Monty. We can't wait till your schedule change. Your schedule on some bullshit. Follow Monty at BIIME cheese.
Isn't it _ first?
I don't know.
It is, I think it is an _ And what's our line? If you can't spell what?
I forgot.
If you can't spell, if you can't spell
So,
stay out her DMs.
Or if you can't spell cheese,
If you can't spell cheese, stay out her DMs.
Yeah, you can't spell cheese, stay out DM. Shout out to Monty. I miss you, sis.
Come back.
All right,
Baby, come back.
All right, no, we out.
Deuces.